Gravel cycling is a growing sport, but let's face it, not all of us can spend thousands of pounds on a new bike. So with that, I've gone searching for the cheapest gravel bike frame I could find. I searched on AliExpress, eBay for second-hand and used, Facebook Marketplace, and all the websites of your typical cycling shops such as Sigma Sport. One brand that kept on popping up was BXT, and the price of their frames kept on grabbing my attention. They were so cheap, and I'm really conscious about using that word, as I've mentioned before in a previous video. But everywhere I looked, these frames were popping up and I could see them for about £300. And so I did the only normal thing that anyone would do. I went and got one of their frames. And so now we're going to unbox it. And let's see what you get for a £300 carbon gravel bike frame. And the first thing I noticed is this box isn't that big. And it's also pretty light. And quickly, let's just cover one bit. There's no discount codes, there's no affiliate links. I am not telling you to go and buy this frame. I don't care if you do at all. This is purely me seeing what you get for a £300 bike frame. Let's call it a scientific experiment. So the frame arrived in about 4 to 5 weeks from the order being placed. Overall, the boxing looks absolutely fine, although it doesn't give any kind of sign to the delivery company that it might be fragile what's inside. There is one hole here, which is quite a big penetrative hole there, so it'll be interesting to see what's on the other side of that, just in case that's impacted on the item within. So in the box, you can see the frame is very well protected. There's no fancy box packaging like you see on some of the high-end Chinese bikes. But I'm pretty content that everything that's in this box has been protected. So in terms of the packaging, I'm a bit conflicted. There's not much to it, is there? There's just a cardboard box, and then there's the items just with a little bit of protective foam packaging around them. So you think that's not really well packaged considering it's come all the way from China. But at the same time, the box is perfectly sized and everything was in there so securely that nothing was rattling around. And I cannot complain with how much they've covered these items. So I'm actually pretty content. Also, where that hole was in the box, there was a gap, so I don't believe it's going to have impacted on the frame in any way. Right, let's see what you get for a £300 gravel bike carbon frame. So with the frame, there's this small package. Inside there, you've got your bearings, C-post collar, and you've got your handlebar spaces. I'm quite curious about these. I discussed in a previous video, I got a cock velo handlebar, one-piece set, and the thing that concerned me the most was how cheap the spaces were. The handlebars felt lovely, but the spaces just felt so cheap, and I don't think they're really, you know, these little bits, whatever they are, little plugs that keep the pieces together. They just didn't really click in place with those, with the cock velo. This so far, it feels pretty decent to be fair. Well, I'm getting surprised here. I'm getting pretty excited actually about what this frame's going to be like. It's only plastic. It's not carbon or anything like that. They feel pretty solid, pretty substantial. They click in nice and proper. They are secure once they're in. I'm really happy with that. Bearings. Perfect. It's a bit like Christmas. You're choosing which package to open first. I think I'm going to save the big one till last. Here's a seat post, a nice standard clamp. I like these sort of clamps. I don't know if you've had it before, but a lot of the AliExpress or the Chinese bikes have this really, there's a circular kind of type clamp. I just don't trust it. I don't know the name of it, I do apologise. I don't trust it. It seems absolutely fine. This seat post, it looks maybe a little bit thin, but apologies. I don't know whether the camera will pick it up, but it's a seat post. It's quite nice. You can see the carbon fibre weave, whether that's actually a true weave or not, or whether that's been printed on, I'm not too sure. And shame it hasn't got the markings on the back like some seat posts do, but again, we're talking about a £300 bike frame here. There's a seat post. I went for one with the called the mounts on the side. Came with through axle, which is always good. Sometimes you look at some of these frames, they don't actually come with through axles, or you have to pay extra, which doesn't make sense to me. But standard through axle looks absolutely fine. I'll go and get some tools in a little bit. One area that I think will be interesting is where the brake mounts are, and I don't know whether they will have been faced all that much, so that could be interesting. But other than that, there's a little bit of paint overspray on there, but that's not going to impact it. It's fine. Happy days. So these are 420 by 90. They feel fine. Fully integrated. You've got a nice little bit of grip here for where you're going to have your levers. Just conscious of the size, and for me personally, I've been riding on 380mm wide bars, but at the same time, on a gravel bike, you should have them that little bit wider. So I might still set these up first off, and then I'll see how it goes. It's well wrapped, that's for sure. I'm not entirely sure where to start.
A few moments later.
Just looking at the frame, so it's a Graro 135 they call it, BXT. It's matte painted. Got a little sticker with the size. I like the, I don't know if you'll be able to see, I like the warning. It's broken, please stop using. Good to know, good advice. It feels really nice. If you look at where the bottom bracket goes, tiny little bit of paint overspray, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Although I will say right now, I'm not a bike mechanic. It comes with a UDH rear derailleur, and again a little protection on there. So I've really thought about this. They've shown a bit of care. I haven't got an endoscope or anything like that, and I don't know carbon, so all I know is what I see off YouTube. So I think it's right for me to really comment anyway. I don't know if you can see down there, it's probably not going to be light enough, but I can see the carbon weave throughout. Yeah. It looks good. Pressing in on the frame everywhere, because I've seen some places where, obviously to make it light, which they've not claimed this is lightweight, you can almost like press in the carbon because it's so thin. Don't feel that anywhere. I think it looks like a decent frame. One thing that has made me laugh is the choice of writing the headset bearing measurements on the frame like that. It's not the most decorative of features, is it? I don't really think that needed to be there, but it's good to know. So in terms of the bearings, that's a nice snug fit there. top one, that's not going in as much. So that'll be an issue in the build. Remain to be seen. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I'm not professional at this. I can't work out how I can balance the frame on the scales. So I've got the old luggage scales, which I appreciate aren't calibrated, but I'm not even trying to say this is a weight weenie build anyway. So just to give you a rough idea of weight, saying 1,300 kilograms. Again, I don't know if these are calibrated in any way whatsoever, but it gives us an idea. And that's got nothing on there other than we've got one of the through axles, what's in the UDH mount. So looking at everything that's come with this bike, I've got everything I need. There's nothing that's missing that prevents me from building this bike. So I'm really happy so far. So what are my first impressions with the BXT gravel bike, the 135? Clearly, I've not ridden it. I've not built it yet, anything like that. So take this with a pinch of salt. But for £300, I am really, really impressed so far. And I'm surprised at what it's like. I dare say I'm going to find some pain when I try and build this up. But so far, it's been a really pleasant surprise. And some bizarre things, you know, choosing to have on the paintwork a warning about if the frame is damaged, don't ride it, or the headset bearing measurements on the paintwork, don't really understand that in the slightest. And it'll be interesting. They've made some effort not to paint over the brake caliper mounts, and yeah, at the minute I can't find anything that I'm worried about really. I'm really happy so far. For what you would pay, I think that is a fantastic bit of bike for your money. You know, when we look at how much it costs to buy a brand new gravel bike with all the gear, you know, we're talking in the thousands. So if you can get yourself a frame for 300 quid with handlebars, fork, seat post, all included, all the accessories, you know, this is a way to make cycling more affordable. Do fully appreciate you're going to have to buy group sets, wheels, etc. like that. You're going to have to build this bike yourself, because if you take it to a garage, you're adding a few extra 100 quid on top. But even if you still did that, I think you can make yourself an affordable bike. So who would this suit? Well, clearly, you know, we're not high end here, and I'm not trying to say this is better than your top mate bikes, any stretch of the imagination. It's clearly not going to be, and I think you can get away with probably cheaper frames in terms of the smoothness of your ride by having nice large tyres with low PSI to take out all those bumps. This takes 50mm tyre clearance, so perfect for that. So yeah, I think you can get away with a gravel bike, cheaper frame, more so than a road bike personally. But even then, with a road bike, Bluebell. But even with a road bike, you can probably get away with it. Yeah. If anyone's got any views, please let me know in the comments below. And I'd be curious to hear, would you be willing to ride a frame that costs 300, or do you think that's just too much of a risk? Would you not trust it? It'd be interesting to hear your views. So what's the plan with this frame? So my plan is to take all the parts from my current gravel bike, strip them off and put them onto this, again, to keep it a more affordable build. So the only new part I actually need to get is a different bottom bracket. Can't think of anything else that I'm having to buy that I don't already have, which I can put onto this, which again, keeps it as an affordable bike. I do appreciate though, I've had to buy those previously. So when it comes to the build, I'll give you prices of what it has genuinely cost to build this bike now, but also what it would cost if you bought all those parts separately for a new build. So next up from me, I'll be building this bike up, and hopefully, if all goes well, riding it. It's all well and good, a frame looking good in your hands, on the table, coming out of a box. But what's it actually like when you ride it? I'll build it up, I'll show you the process we go through to see if there's any skeletons in this, any difficulties that I find with it, and then we'll have a little ride on it and we'll see first impressions, how it feels. But I'm excited. I really like the look of it so far. It is all positive. I can't see any obvious signs of concern, but granted, this is a £300 frame. This is not a top frame, so there's going to be some problems along the way. But can someone like me, who's not a trained bike mechanic, I've literally learned off YouTube how to do bits on bike builds. I'm going to be building this all up with YouTube helping me along the way. can I do it? If I can do it, then hopefully that'll give you confidence that you can do it also. Please let me know your thoughts on this frame. Would you buy a cheap gravel bike frame? Will you only go for trusted makes? Thank you all so much for watching. I am really grateful. If you're managing to get out with the weather being so horrible as it is, have a great ride. For those of you who are on the turbo, take my hat off to you, the dedication. I'm personally struggling with that myself. Enjoy however you're doing it. I'll see you again soon. Bye.